welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
We really are.
And North London is red. Red.
Like I said at the end last week, North London's red. London's red. Premier League is going to be red.
That prime bottle that's red is red. The bedding that's behind here, because it's a lot of clutter behind the camera, that's red.
The sun in the morning, if it's going to be a bad day, is also red.
Blood red. That's what they say. My blood is red.
Your blood is red. My blood is red. We share the same blood.
So that was the introduction to this podcast. Here we are. Gunners Are Us. Every single Wednesday, iTunes and Spotify. I thought you were going to cough there.
No.
No cough?
No, a little stretch.
Okay, and as always, we are live on TikTok, Gunners Are Us podcast on TikTok. Go give it a follow, give it a subscribe. We're here every single week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. GMT. Join it so you can visually see us. You can throw your insults my way. Or you can also catch us, just like I said, on iTunes and Spotify. Give us a 5-star review. Let your friends know. It is out every single Wednesday afternoon. Again, English time, GMT.
Yeah, catch us.
But this one is a good one. Today on the show, we're going to talk a little bit about that North London derby, some of the decisions over the weekend from the PGMOL, and we're going to get to Prediction League. Yeah. We're going to predict, I think it is 11 matches, because there's one tomorrow night, and then there's the 10 at the weekend, and we're back to kind of a normal format, at least of 10 games a weekend, and it's just relatively normal. There's about 5 games at 3 p.m. So you can do your bet builders and
hell yeah,
hackers.
Gamble responsibly. I can't believe this game week is still going as of tomorrow. It feels like the longest stretched out game week. We can't solidify what's happened in Fantasy Premier League this week until after tomorrow.
It's crazy. We got Gaz, who's a Spurs fan, in the group. We asked him to like the TikTok by smashing our face with his finger, and he still can't even do it because we are Arsenal fans. But I appreciate you. He said he's only joking, but
it's a double-edged sword. Just give it a poke.
And straight off the bat, I think what we'll get to is what user 55810674972671111 says. Honest opinion: who wins the league? So this is where we'll start. As I pull the mic, I'm sorry if this audio is bad, because it is held together with gaffer tape, because we recorded at Peppercorn Boys. So go follow that and download that.
It resembles Eric Cantona's arm in the 90s.
I know what you mean. It looks like a little cast on its little arm, but it might ruffle a little bit if I kind of move it around.
A little bit of ASMR for you guys.
And just a little update. Gaz isn't a Spurs fan; he's a City fan.
So okay.
I do apologize. Because no one wants to be called that. I could imagine that would be horrible. I do apologize.
City fans, that's just a competitive respect.
Yeah, on a lovely Wednesday morning, I've just called you a Spurs fan. I'm so sorry.
Not a good way to start hump day.
Hump. Be good for the trailer, that.
It would.
Yeah. So, who's going to win the league? That is the question. So, this weekend, Arsenal beat. Oh, wow! I just saw on my show plan. I've written Chelsea with no A at the end. Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I've definitely broken my mic. I thought my mouse had stopped working, but you know what I mean. So this weekend we won the North London derby. Yeah. As Callum says, you won the derby, but not the league. That's the question. And then City go and beat Forest in what I can only describe as one of the weirdest games I've watched in a long time. And there's so much controversy that comes with this game. More online, not real controversy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's where a lot of the controversy comes from.
It's a lot of just kind of conspiracy theories and stuff. Wood is a City fan, and he missed 2 or 3 sitters. There was 3 sitters he missed, where I don't know if you've seen the chances yet.
I was driving during this game, so I didn't really see anything.
Okay.
So I'm in the dark here. Will you explain?
So he gets the, when someone runs to the byline and pulls it back, but it's gone past the 2. There's 2 centre backs on the front post, and then the goalie's even committed, and he's pulled it back, open goal.
Yeah, coming
across his body, he's gone with his right foot and just kind of got there a little bit too late and just hit it to the far post away from goal.
Kind of dragged it.
Yeah. He did that twice.
Okay.
And on one occasion, I think it was. Who's the really good centre-back guy? I forgot his name a couple of weeks ago that plays for Forest. He went off injured during this game.
Ooh.
The big lad. in the chat, if you can remember, I literally did this about 4 weeks ago when I was trying to talk. Moreno, Munez, it's like a name like this.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I can't think.
He's a big, strong lad. He wears really big shorts.
Big, strong boy.
Murillo, thank you. Ray Rasclar.
That's the... We also got...
And user 550-176-54-1375499997. So thank you for that. It was Murillo. He had this kind of header. The goalie knocked it down. Everyone fell forward and he was left with an open goal and he just reached for it. Just touched it and it went up and just hit the bar and went over.
Oh, goodness.
And it was just open goal from about a yard. So when
margins.
Yeah, the XG on the game was about 3.1 to Forest and 0.8 to City.
That's wild.
City won it 2-0. And all the way through the game, you kind of felt that kind of... Forest kept creating chances and you thought, if one of these doesn't go in, you know, I literally said it out loud. 60 minutes, City will end up scoring 2.
Yeah.
Like the second. And the game will just die. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But there was a dicey area there that any other day, I don't think it's some weird... conspiracy.
Weird Premier League voodoo.
I think it's just luck sometimes. I think luck is for winners, and I think people create their own luck when they're good.
Yeah.
Because maybe it creates a little fear in the opposition that they're, you know, a little bit of nervousness from Wood when he shoots because he thinks, oh, I'm not going to get another chance like this. I need to be really careful.
Yeah.
Whereas if he was against, you know, Newcastle when he scored the hat-trick, he would have just whipped them away because he thought, you know, I'm a forward. This is what I do.
He's also not a Newcastle fan.
Yeah, it's sorry. One of my favorite things so far is in the group we got a guy called Tad Chapman, and he's just said Ted Chapman. He said, "It's Wednesday, mate. Give it a rest." That should be the name of the podcast. To be honest,
Wednesday, mate. Give it a rest.
It's Wednesday, mate. Give it a rest. I think that should be that couldn't be a new section of the show.
We do go hard on a midweek day, don't we?
Yeah, where we just go really hard.
Right in the middle of what is usually when games are played.
Yeah,
we're going hard right in the middle, like a sandwich. We're a football sandwich with the meat in the middle.
It's a jingle, you know. So the user 55761 swords it's just said, so what is your opinion on who wins the league? I will get to it, I swear.
We're too busy talking about sandwiches.
Yeah, we've gone off on something else here. The City game made you realize 2 things. This is going to be contradictory. One, they are beatable because if Forest can get in that often, what are Tottenham going to do? What are Fulham away going to do?
Yeah.
What are Wolves going to do with their players coming back off of injury? People like Cunha and Hwang. You know, Wolves are not the best at scoring goals. That's the issue, but they're a very smart side.
Yeah.
They made them look beatable. But if I was unbiased in this whole situation, the way I would have looked at that City game was they were awful and they still won.
That's champions.
And that's what champions do. And we've learned that along the way.
Man United did it a lot.
Yeah, and I'd say this. Another game where you could say that exact same sentiment for is Arsenal versus Tottenham.
Yeah.
Because scoreline-wise, it looked like we blew them away 3-0 in that first half. The ending of it was 3-2. 3-2 does justice to the game more than what 3-0 at halftime did.
Yeah.
I don't think we were very good at all. I thought we approached the game as if they were Man City.
We were very standoffish.
Yeah, we were in a very low block for the first 15 minutes. And I thought, maybe this is a plan. You know, they thought they're going to have a big storm. Let's weather the storm and then go at them late.
Mm.
But it never really came to fruition. You could never really know if that was a game plan because we did get a goal from a set piece again. And as Arsenal, after the game, put up pictures in the changing room, there is a massive sign that says basics on the wall, and the S does stand for set pieces, which is absolutely mental that we've got set pieces in our mantra. But it is really helping us.
Set pieces are key.
Yeah, because, you know, Saka forces his 3rd own goal in a row against Spurs.
Yeah.
Which is such a bizarre stat.
Yeah.
He was getting a lot of stick from the crowd. He obviously turned around and give it to them. Then Tottenham have a very strong claim from Kulusevski for a penalty.
Yeah.
That it's becoming so, you know, if we thought the rules were grey before, it's getting greyer.
Yeah.
My natural opinion is that's a penalty because they're crossing. And Trossard hasn't meant to do it, but I mean, he's done it.
Yeah.
He's stopping him from getting to the ball by clipping his ankles by accident. That's essentially a penalty.
Yeah.
But they're kind of saying, like on that Howard Webb show, they're kind of starting to say things like, if you don't mean to do it, it's not a penalty. But couldn't we just start pretending to not mean stuff, but just kick people or something? Do you know what I mean?
Most of the negative things that ever happen to you in football are down to mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So
whether they're fouls, whether they're like tactical errors or human errors, they're all mistakes.
Yeah, it's in the group there. We got Arthur Strong says never a penalty, more of a coming together. That's what I mean. That's what kind of Howard Webb kind of mentioned. And I think the way I always try to look is, if it was up the other end, would I be annoyed we didn't get it? That one I would be annoyed.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, if Saka cuts in and Ben Davies runs across him like that, and Saka creates that movement, because playing football, through my life, I was always taught as a winger to cut across the guy.
Yeah.
Because you're either going to create space or he's going to have to bring you down.
Make him make a choice.
Yeah. And Kulevski's done that. And again, it is a coming together, but it just, I don't know. I would feel a bit not happy with it if it was the other end. But this next one, which I think was Rice on Madison, is just a tackle. That's nothing. Yeah. But I tell you this counter attack, the best part about it is Havertz comes away with it. He literally tells the whole team, calm down. Then makes a 70-yard pass. He goes, calm down. Oh, God, he's away. Yeah, 70 yards. Saka's first touch. And again, I've seen a lot of people like Goldbridge saying Ben Davies has got to do so much better. We all know Saka's coming in on his left.
Yeah.
I disagree with that because, Iron Robin, Vinicius, we know they're all doing these types of, they're going to cut in and whip it in. Yeah. Henry did years of it.
Yeah.
But if you've watched Saka enough, Saka oftenly will take down to his right and smash it to the roof of the net.
Yeah.
Half his goals are that and half his goals are that.
Yeah.
So Ben Davies, I think, naturally should push him onto his weaker foot and create. If I was a fullback, you'd be thinking, I want him to go right foot, roof of the net.
Yeah.
With the goalie already covering the front post, as opposed to allowing him in.
Yeah.
Like, that is the worst of the two. But he's also having to be mindful of the two, because we've seen him do both. And I'm sure he's watched more tape than we all have on Saka going into the game. But I think it's just a really nice goal. That goes in. Then we get another set piece. Havertz jumps high and everyone. That was the goalie for Spurs.
Yeah,
we talked about potentially like Spurs players that we would actually have at Arsenal. He's on his line. The header happens about 1.5 yards out.
Well, I saw a stat this morning of all the goalkeepers in the league. He is like 16th for collecting crosses.
And we'll talk about Raya, because I know he makes a mistake, because that makes it 3. Son had a really nice chance at that, just going into the half, that if he'd scored, I remember saying, we said it because it's North London derby. North London derbies are crazy. This could be anything. This could be 3-3.
Yeah.
At halftime, I did not feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable putting in a WhatsApp group like, this is done. This is, I love this. I just didn't feel.
I even thought it at the time. I was thinking, this is nice to watch a North London derby, and it's this late.
No stress, yeah. But I just knew something would happen. But I thought if they scored before the half, they would be 3-0. They didn't. I thought, But then nothing happens till 62 minutes. They almost die off, because Saka has a really good chance to make it 4. Good save from the keeper. There's a lot of, I don't know. You felt like their body language changed, Spurs, that they were kind of done.
Yeah.
And then Raya just gives them a goal.
Yeah.
And again, I can't argue with this guy that, he's caused a mistake.
Yeah.
Raya in that game is Arsenal this year. We lost to Villa. It's very frustrating. We'll all probably cite it as a horrible moment when we look back.
Yeah.
But when you go near on perfect, but that's the one, you got to expect to lose one game. It just wasn't that game you expected.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Raya. He's gone, 6 away games with a clean sheet.
Yeah.
And then does that. And you go, I can't even argue it, because 9 times out of 10, he chips down to good areas and things like, good morning, Richard, in the TikTok.
Hey, Richard.
And we're fine with it. But that one particularly looked a bit, maybe he had lost his concentration, because all he was doing was lofting it over 3 players into Partey's feet, who had 2 players on him.
Yeah.
There was no good that was going to come of that. I think, again, I'm not a goalkeeper coach. I don't know that much about football compared to these guys. I'm sure there's a reason.
But if he is making that many good decisions game by game, like he has been, you have to allow 1 or 2 mistakes to happen every now and then.
Yeah.
It's all part of his game.
Yeah. And so that happens. The whole momentum changes. That's the moment, the tweak in the momentum.
Yeah.
Rice then, right before Rice does it, Gabriel does it. He clears a ball where there's players, when people are on your blind side and they're trying to nick the ball while you're clearing it. And we're in Arsenal, by the way, have the dirtiest low block. When we drop into it, we start the games in mid blocks. And it's just so anti-football, but also really nice football. It's so strange. Good. Hello, Levy.
Hey, Levy.
Thank you for joining. And big up Arsenal family. I appreciate you. We're just recording the Gunners Rust podcast. Drops every single Wednesday on iTunes and Spotify. And we obviously just shouted you out live on this podcast. So download it in a few hours' time.
Heck yeah.
The people, I used to be a forward. I was a winger and a forward. And I would try, if I saw someone trying to clear a ball, I would try so hard to reach there and just knock it out of the way and just take a big kick. That because you can win a lot of penalties that way and stuff, especially when you're on the blind side. It happened a couple of times because we're so deep, so in a low block that you just go, we said it in the time, literally 30 seconds before Rice did it. We went, we're going to give away a penalty if they keep doing that. They were doing a really slow, drop kicks big essentially. Clearances. And then Rice did it. He kicked him right in the groin. The ref is 1 yard away and does not see that that's a penalty. Is mad.
And his thinking, like you said earlier, was
we saw it on How the Web. Go ahead. Yeah,
he was making an honest attempt at clearing the ball, and he's made a mistake.
And this is my issue. This is what is it that we're going to call this segment on a Wednesday? And he's going this hard or something.
Oh, it's only a Wednesday, and you're going this hard.
Yeah,
mate?
This is my theory. Arsenal had the exact same penalty at Villa Park. Jesus gets the ball and a guy kicks him from underneath. We saw the VAR from it and they basically said he tries to clear it, but Jesus gets there early. That's all.
Yeah.
Similar to what I was saying about the Trossard one. Their theory on that is it's just a coming together. What are any fouls?
Yeah. Calvin Phillips did it.
Calvin Phillips one wasn't a penalty. That was a foul on Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
But the fact that this ref watched the Rice one from a yard, and he literally says it, we've watched the VAR now, and he goes, Rice goes to clear it. Davies gets there a little bit early. He's caught him. Play on. That's what a penalty is. He literally explained what a penalty was, and then didn't give a penalty to Spurs. It's bizarre. I don't want Spurs to have a penalty, but he's explaining what a foul is, and then go and play on, and then VAR's gone. You need to go look at this and he goes, oh, what's happened? What you just said happened. Yeah. Go look at it. He looked at it for half a second and went, yeah, I think he bottled it. It had to have been. He bottled it.
I do appreciate the benefit of the doubt and taking into consideration the level they're doing these things at sometimes. Like with Gabriel obviously touching the ball in the box to place the goal kick after the ball had been played.
That's different though.
Taking into the benefit of the doubt that the player's obviously not going to do that on purpose. And also, I think, who was it? Gakpo put it in the net against...
Well, it should have put it in the net.
Oh, yeah, he was going to when...
West Ham, yeah, it wasn't a stoppage of play, but he rolled it on the floor.
Yeah, but he was taking into the benefit of the doubt. The goalie clearly wouldn't do that on purpose. He's doing it because he thinks, obviously, the game's dead.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little bit different. It's the same sort of concept,
but
it's also not. This is a competitive mistake.
Yeah, it's like me going in two-footed, a yard ahead of you to block the ball. Yeah. But you stepped into it. And I didn't know you were going to step into it. It's like that's what a foul is. Like, you win a foul, but you also any foul is a missed time tackle. No football player, you see one, probably one every week where someone actually goes in to hurt someone.
Yeah.
But it's not often. Most football players are just trying to win a ball and they just mistime it.
Yeah, they're not intending to foul someone.
Yeah. Sorry, we got Arthur Strong saying, I wouldn't mad if the Kulevsky one was against us. It's not a pen either way. Okay, fair.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I can't get my head around it. But the Rice one is definitely a pen. Son puts it away. Good for my Sky bet because that was a super boost. But not good for me because that last bit was horrific.
That was stressful.
But I'll say this: for someone who's done a mistake, and we talked about Vicario being very bad at collecting crosses or low percentage. The way in which Raya ended that game put away every doubt.
Yeah.
Because he came and collected every single cross and just laid on the ball. And it was so safe. Even the hard ones across the floor that were like mid-height, he was just collecting in his stomach, dropping to the floor and resetting. It was so good. And having just made the mistake, it would have been very easy for him to kind of juggle a couple balls. Well,
we've definitely seen Ramsdale do this before.
That's what I mean. And I'm a big Ramsdale guy.
He'll make a mistake and then crumble afterwards. I think that's why Arteta was so adamant on going straight to him after the game and basically saying, well done. Like, don't forget about the mistake. Yeah. You did well around the mistake.
Yeah, the mistake is annoying, but again, if it was 3-3, I don't know if Arteta goes over and hugs him, even if the third goal wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
Because he at the end of the day, Raya was the reason.
The reason that game changed, yeah.
But he's also been a massive reason why, one, they ended 3-2, and also a big reason why we've had 6 clean sheets, along with our defense and Rice. And we got a couple of things in the chat. Nathan Hughes says, would you like Branthwaite in the summer? I really do like Branthwaite, but I think he's being talked about with United. And it feels very Harry Maguire-ish, and they're going to play over the hill. He's going to get very pressured, and he's going to look a little bit out of depth, or he's the next Stones.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know.
I do like him.
I don't mind him at all.
Don't know necessarily for us, though.
Armstrong says Ray has been a revelation. We do recover, says we up the Saints, one team in Hampshire.
Hampshire boys!
And we're Hampshire boys. And I say Pompey roll over Scummers, but I mean the
we were born and raised a half an hour to 45 minutes away from Southampton.
Yeah. Our family all from South London, and then we moved down to Southampton way. Well, Winchester. You two have been locked up. What do you reckon? Is that a new Taylor Swift song, isn't it?
It does look like we're in some sort of holding cell.
Sorry, there was a question in that I really liked. It said, do you think Hulk Hogan should have been Undertaker at King of the Ring? And I'm going to say this. That's a funny comment because we are wrestlers.
Yeah.
But it's also less funny because that never happened at King of the Ring. And I know that. Tom has joined.
Tom, let's go.
Yes, we are brothers, Arthur. So, but getting back to what we were saying, there's some dodgy decisions. Overall, I think we were really poor. I don't think we probably deserved all 3 points. The first half, I think the counterattacks were just good enough that, the difference in the teams was we were just a bit better up front.
Yeah.
We're a bit more clinical, which is ironic because we never say that about us.
Yeah.
And a United fan is just Cobra has said Arsenal deserve to win the league, and I'm a United fan.
We hear that a lot from United fans.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thomas said on Saturday 4-0 Arsenal.
There it is.
So there it is.
That's my prediction.
We've got it. We've got it. So that was the 2 of those games. The other game, as far as decisions go, Onana. Onana gave away a penalty in the last minute against Burnley. And I mean, he did this against Wolves day 1.
Yeah.
He's done it again. But if you then look at Edison, how he got hurt in the Forest game.
Yeah.
It's identical again. And again, it's similar to what we were saying earlier about, crossing paths and trying to clear the ball and someone gets there a bit quicker. He's come out to punch the ball and they've had his own players headed the ball away before him. And he's just clattered the away team.
It's a flying forearm smash.
But how often do you see football players have a shot at goal and then get wiped out and they go, well, you got your shot away.
Yeah, like plays moved on.
Yeah, which is mad. I've never understood it. But for whatever reason, they accept the fact that you can kind of slide through someone straight after they shoot.
It's almost like once the ball's dead, do we want?
But the goalies can't do that now. But I kind of think they shouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I do agree. I think both situations, if you can't get to the ball, you shouldn't be able to slide tackle someone straight after he's just because anywhere else on the field, if you pass it and then I go through you, it's a foul.
Yeah,
just because you got a shot away doesn't mean it shouldn't be a foul.
No.
Tom nearly got the result exact on. I think he had 3-0, and then at halftime it would have been perfect.
You were close.
Kobe says Onana gets a lot of hate. I still back him. He's made mistakes, I agree, but I think he's a decent keeper. So I've heard this a lot. Our friend Bruno is a United fan. He's going to be on here for a preview pod going into the United game in a week. He did one at the start of the season, Gunners R Us podcast, where he kind of mentioned what he expected from the season, what he wanted from the owners, all these kind of things. We're kind of going to revisit it and see where he's at to kind of see, has the season gone how he wanted it? How many decisions were bad? How many decisions were good? So it'd be kind of an Man United R Us.
Feels weird, but
we like to. I like to get the opinion of others, especially leading into games with other teams. For example, I spoke to a Spurs fan before the Spurs game.
Did you?
And they expected to lose 4-0, and then half time they were essentially going, "Yeah, this is what we kind of expected." But I fully expected them to come back. So it's odd, isn't it? Because like we go into Man United game. If I was a United fan right now and knowing how bad they are, I'd be nervous about playing Arsenal.
Yeah,
but as an Arsenal fan, I assume that we're going to lose that one.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting in a week's time. But this week,
every set of fan has their own
agenda.
Yeah.
Their own thought process. And as far as games go, we need to get to Bournemouth.
Yep.
Because first, before we get to Man United, we have to get through Bournemouth. And this weekend in the title race, looks like 2 gimmies for the 2 top teams. And Liverpool have got the awkward one.
Yeah.
But I genuinely believe these are the types of games that are more likely to be the ones.
Yeah, that tells me Liverpool are going to get the job done and Arsenal and City will drop them.
Arsenal City both lose, Liverpool win, and then the tie race goes back to 3. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little break from our sponsors over at SeatGeek, and we'll be back after this break with the Premier League Prediction League.
Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring. We recently became a brand ambassador for them. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes confusion out of buying tickets. They have a 0 to 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or bad deal. Green is good, red is bad. Plus, our listeners get $20 off their first ticket purchase with our code TBA Wrestling. Click the link in the description to download the app. Remember code TBA Wrestling. Thanks again to SeatGeek.
We are back.
Wow.
From our advert from SeatGeek. And
who would have thought? Not me.
Exactly. And we are back here with Premier League Prediction League, which is a lot of the league, saying league a lot. So last week there was we purposely left it 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah. Oh.
You right?
I need to check something.
Okay.
So I've added this.
Yeah.
I feel like I've missed a week.
Ooh.
So
there could be a big swing.
It could be more. So there was 2 weeks worth. And then this week there was 15 games.
Yep.
Simon got 6, I got 6, you got 5.
Okay.
But the week before, there was another set.
Okay.
So what we've done is, let me check it. Yeah. So I need to add other points to these.
Okay.
So technically, over to 2 weeks, Simon got. Sorry about that.
We're doing a live tally on air.
Simon got 12. I got 11. And you got 9.
Oh, so it swung slightly.
Yes. So what we'll do is I just need to add those points in.
Ooh, give me the results.
Yeah, this is it. So Simon got 6.
Yep.
So he's now on 142. I got, was it 11?
You,
no, what was it?
I think
overall
Simon 12.
Then I got 5 then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on 155.
Okay, here we go.
And then overall, you got another 4. So you're on 100. Oh, no, I've added you to there. Sorry.
That's right, because I gained more points by you doing that then. I'm quite happy.
Yeah, you got a 4, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And that means I got 147.
Ooh! Wonder how many points are still to play
So
for.
there is, I worked this out this morning, 32 games left.
Okay.
So 32 points to be won. And as it stands, Simon is on 142.
Yep.
I'm in second place with 147. And then you're in top spot with 154.
It's getting tight again.
So you are 9. Is that 9 ahead of me?
Yeah.
No. 4 plus 3, 7. You're 7 ahead.
Okay.
This is getting tight.
It is, yeah. There was a point there where I was out in front a little bit and I felt very comfortable, but now I'm starting to feel a little bit itchy.
So similar to your fantasy football, we did a double game week.
Yeah.
And that has ended with a little bit of chaos though. Because I just remembered at the last minute I haven't added the other week.
Live chaos.
So Joe is in lead, but there's so much to play for. We've got 32 games left of the season because there's 3 weeks of games of 10. There's a game tomorrow night.
Yep.
City Tottenham. It's a midweek, the week at the end. So that's the 32. But there could be others. There's teams like, I think Luton might have a game in hand and a couple others. So it might not be. It might be about 35, 36 games. But either way, there's a lot of points. It could go either way unless Joe plays it really safe.
I'm not doing that.
Here we go. Game 1.
Am I going first on these? Because
I think we'll switch it up. But
I don't want to park the bus or anything.
So game week, God knows, is Chelsea versus Tottenham. So in the chat on TikTok, if you want to have your say, the game 1 is Chelsea versus Tottenham. It is tomorrow night.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
For me, all day this is a draw.
Okay.
I think both teams are somewhat decent.
Yeah.
But also underachieving. So I'm going to go a straight draw there. And if we're not doing scores, I'm going to say it's 2-2.
See, I was going to go draw.
This is why I go first.
Chelsea are chaotic. They beat Everton 6-0, I think it was 5-0, 6-0. We then beat them 5-0. They will go against Man United and be down 3-2 in the 95th minute and win 4-3. They'll also go to Villa Park and be 2-0 down and win and draw 2-2 and nearly win it with a late goal.
Yeah.
They are so chaotic, but so are Tottenham.
Yeah, they're identical.
And my plan going into this Tottenham game was, I said it on the podcast last week. I was hoping with their 14 days off, they were going to come in cold with no chemistry. But by the end of the game, find a little rhythm.
Yeah.
Ready for the run-ins, because we need them to start taking points because they got to play Liverpool and City. I want them to take points off everyone. So I wanted Tottenham to kind of go strong after our game. But I don't want them to get too strong too early, and then by the time they get to City, they've depleted.
Yeah.
We need them to win this because we need them in a Champions League run.
Yeah.
Because if they're not in anything, they're going to roll over for City.
They need to be up for it.
So I'm going to go Tottenham because I'm wishful thinking, weirdly.
I like that.
This is honestly so weird to want Tottenham to win. Chelsea are unpredictable. 1 minute they look like championship team. Next they look like Prem. Chelsea, honestly, so chaotic. So weird.
Potential FC.
Yeah, potential FC, I like that.
That's their name. That's who they should be. Yeah. Potential FC.
The next game is a massive game. This could be say goodbye to Luton week, even though it's not mathematically.
Yeah.
But Luton versus Everton. Everton got 9 points out of 9 the last week, 7 days.
They've been good.
That is a massive swing.
Dyche needs to keep that tracksuit on.
Yeah, it's all about the tracksuit. But 9 points from the games they had, Brentford, one of them I can't remember, and then the other one, no, Wolves, was it?
Yeah.
Forest. It was Forest and Liverpool.
Oh, the battle of the point deduction.
So, I mean, if they beat Luton here, they literally took out... Brentford have now gone into the relegation area.
Yeah.
Not the zone, but kind of just above.
Yeah.
So, they've beaten Brentford to kind of bring them into it. They got rid of Forest, brought them even further into it.
Yeah.
Then they just got involved in the title race and just took points off Liverpool. The way they're playing at the minute, I could see Everton winning that. But do they have a little drop-off? Because they are safe. They're not safe, but they are. Like
the hunger's gone a little bit.
I think they've got to go hard here. I'm actually going to go draw. I could see Luton going hard, and it just kind of cancel each other out.
I want a draw because I don't want either team to go down. I like both these teams. Everton are a stalwart in the Premier League. I like Luton because we're somewhat positively Luton sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this is an Everton win, unfortunately for Luton.
I just want to say Cobra says Odegaard is awesome.
Oh, you're not lying.
The next game is the Arsenal-Bournemouth game.
Okay.
So this is 12:30. So Chelsea-Tottenham is Thursday night.
Yep.
Luton versus Everton is Friday night.
Yep.
And then 12:30 on Saturday is Arsenal-Bournemouth. I do like, because we're having to put the scoreboard pressure on, which is a cricket term, but is very important in this start race, on City, I do like playing before them. Because even with that game in hand and the points, because by the way, I would much rather be in our situation than theirs.
Yeah.
As an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't want to have the game in hand knowing that as long as we went out, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the pressure would get to us.
Yeah.
Whereas the pressure on us is just to keep winning games and just hope for the best. So, Arsenal versus Bournemouth.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
4-0,
Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
I'm going to go Arsenal as well because I have to. This is a really interesting one because I put it up on our TikTok. It got 16,000 views.
My goodness.
Since November, I think Bournemouth are 5th or 4th in the, what's it called? The form table.
Yeah.
They've been unreal since November 1st. This isn't the start of the year like Arsenal. We were second, I think, in the group. But that's what we talk about Villa.
Yeah.
You know, if Bournemouth had started better, because I remember week 3-4, we all thought, oh, they got rid of Gary Neal. This new manager's unproven in the Premier League. This could be an issue. They've really turned it around.
Apparently, I mean, they're close to us on stats from set pieces as well.
They are. They're a really strong side, really smart side. Good. He turned out to be a very good manager. They got Solanke, who's had this could be the season of his career.
Yeah. Young Cliver.
Yeah. It's been a really kind of under the radar team. And I don't think this game on paper, again, last year, I think was the horrible 3-2 last minute winner. They've caused us a lot of trouble in the past anyway. When you think that we lost to Villa because we just weren't really at it, they have to, you know, we've somehow got through that run of, you know, we had to play Wolves. Who else do we play this week? Chelsea. Then we had to play Spurs.
Got a sticky run.
That's 6. We got 9 points from 9.
Yeah.
When I was looking at the last 6 games with those 3 plus these 3, my theory was if we could get all the way past Spurs with
Yeah.
somehow 9 points, we might be able to actually go 3 games. We have to win all 3. It's cup games, and see where it lays in the end. I didn't think we'd get here.
Yeah.
I thought we'd drop points against Spurs or Chelsea.
Yeah.
Or even Wolves away.
I didn't expect to be top right now.
No, I thought like the table would turn where we might be still top on goal difference, but City have 2 games in hand or something like that. It's not. It's a lot tighter than I thought it'd be. And when I was looking at those 6, that was the 3 I was really worried about. These 3 I wasn't, because Everton are essentially safe. Dare I say they might be putting out some bizarre players on the last day, so Dyche can get a good look at them for next year.
Yeah.
Bournemouth aren't really. They haven't really got much to play for other than just their best finish to a season. But Man United have, by the time we play them, there's a chance with, if Tottenham win, Newcastle win, Villa win this week, Man United are out of everything, basically. Yeah. So they haven't got much to play for, but they will. The thing with Man United is they don't want Liverpool or City to win the league.
Yeah.
So we are the team. If I was a City fan, I'd be like, Man United are going to roll over for them, like how we feel about Tottenham.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, as Arsenal fans, we assume Man United are going to do the opposite and make it really awkward for us. Whereas Tottenham fans are actively saying, well, I'd happily lose 10-0 if we're out of the Champions League race.
Yeah.
So this Bournemouth game is really it's trickier than I thought it was going to be. But midday on Saturday, I would like to think we'll have enough with a 7-day gap between. Well, it's a 6-day gap for that game, and then I think we've got a 7 or an 8 after that.
Yeah.
So,
I said 4-0 because Tom said it, but in reality, I think it's going to be a lot tighter than that. I think it'd be quite a tough game in general, but I'm just hoping we just roll in and do our thing, and 4-0 would be fantastic.
It would be really good. So I'm happy to go with the 4-0. I don't think it'll be 4-0, but I think if we can get ahead and there's any kind of, if we get an early goal and then we get a second by halftime, my theory in my head was don't now go into a low block and hope we just hang on.
Yeah.
I think we got to go. If any team kind of half roll over for us in this last 3, we got to go because there's a chance it could come down a goal difference.
Yeah.
And there's a heavy chance that City could just go home to Wolves and score 9.
Well, you need to force it.
And we just go, what? Like now we can't look for a draw. We have to look for a loss.
Yeah.
So that goal difference is like a point itself. So we need to, if any team allows it, whether it's Bournemouth, whether it's United, whether it's Everton, we have to go for the jugular, I think.
Yeah.
So very true. Shane has just said Arsenal conceding mainly to their own mistakes, not other teams creating it.
Yeah.
We hardly give away a shot on target. I think they ended the game with 3 shots on target.
Yeah.
And one of them the goalie gave them, and the other one was a penalty.
Yeah.
So it's very minimal. Like I said, we make our own issues, and that's a good thing and a bad thing.
It's nice to be able to say that because other teams don't necessarily threaten us that badly, which is fantastic. But we also need to get rid of the mistakes, which I'm sure Arteta is hammering into them right now.
I think he might not trust Zinchenko anymore because I think he brought him in for that Villa game.
Yeah.
And it got a bit dicey in that last. I think in the last 10 minutes of that Villa game, was it 0-0 still? But yeah, they scored 2 late.
Yeah, very late.
And he took Odegaard off and he brought on like Zinchenko and Jorginho or something. It was like, I don't know what he was doing because obviously Odegaard's our best creator. And it felt a bit odd. And then literally as soon as the press went from Odegaard, they just scored. And they weren't really creating anything. They were better than us in that second half. We were better than them in the first half, but they weren't creating anything until Odegaard went off.
Yeah.
And then Zinchenko came in. And, a few people fell asleep on Bailey on the back post. So we do really create our own problems. As long as they can get switched on for 3 games, no one should beat us.
Yeah.
But we are Arsenal. The next game is Brentford versus Fulham. What are you thinking?
Oh, that's a tough London game. I think Fulham are performing a lot better than Brentford are this season, which I didn't expect at the start of the season. I think they're both on different trajectories. I think that's going to be I want to say Fulham win, but it does feel like a draw. I'm going to go Fulham win.
Okay.
I'm going to be bold. I'm going to give it to Fulham. But that does feel like a draw, that one.
It feels like a draw, but Brentford need this now.
Yeah.
Like they've got themselves. Yeah, Sophie's back in the chat. Hello, Sophie.
Hey, Sophie.
I think it is a draw. I think you're right. Brentford are going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
Fulham are odd because they are really good, but they're also
Random.
very inconsistent. Which I'm hoping. I swear that if Brentford beat Fulham, I hold out less hope for Fulham to knock points on a City.
Yeah.
So let's just hope. The next game is Burnley Newcastle. My God, are Burnley putting up a fight?
Yeah.
They're trying so hard. Sheffield United started well against Newcastle.
Yeah.
And then capitulated and got themselves relegated this week. Man United played Sheffield United and Burnley. Newcastle played Sheffield United and Burnley in that race for the top 4.
Is this Burnley down if they lose this one as well as Sheffield
I don't think
United?
mathematically it is, but Sophie says up the Newcastle because she is a Newcastle fan.
That's where half our family's from.
Yeah, the Newcastle. I think Newcastle are going to be too much. Newcastle have put together a nice little run of form, so I'm going to go Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle are putting it together. They had some injuries and that going on, and
they've dealt with it quite nicely considering, and also horrible year because they've had the Champions League to contend with, like huge moments and then big downs, and mentally it's harder to come over when you've kind of done that.
They've been put in a position where they've bitten off more than they could chew this season, but they are finishing strong. I think this is a Newcastle win.
Yeah,
I think it could be similar where Burnley maybe get a goal early, but I think Newcastle will just win that game comfortably.
Yeah. The next game is Sheffield United versus Forest.
Whoa.
Now Sheffield United down. This is just for pride now. Forest are going to need this. The way in which they created loads of chances against the Man City, gives me a little hope that Forest could do something.
They're capable of things.
I'm actually going to go for a Forest win. We've got a lot of away wins here.
Yeah, that tends to not bode well on betting, but yeah, I think that's going to be a Forest win as well. Sheffield United don't have anything to play for other than pride now.
Yeah,
Forest have a lot to play for considering where they're at.
Yeah,
I think what you said with the performance against Man City, I think Forest are going to come out swinging.
That's a big game. Forest need this. Now we get into the nut cutting time of the season. I think there's teams like Brentford, Forest, Everton, Luton, Burnley, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle, and Villa.
Yeah.
There's must-win games with 3 games to go, and that's what you want from a league.
They're all fighting for something.
The title race isn't complete. The top 4 isn't complete. European spaces aren't complete. The relegation zone isn't complete with 3 games, with essentially 14 days to go. Just over. So it's not as of this weekend. That's what you kind of want from a league, as opposed to everything wrapped up 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
Cobra in the groups. Anyone want to talk about Saliba, best CM in the league? Do you know what? I'd say the only person that could be better than him is genuinely Gabriel.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't get half the praise that he probably deserves. The next game is Man City versus Wolves.
Okay, now we're talking.
So everything in this looks 100% with the way Wolves can't score very many goals. And I mean, they lost this week. I think they'll struggle with this Wolves.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about City, they do lose or draw these odd Etihad. They get a bit lackadaisical. They're 2-0 up. They drop a goal on 70 minutes. They take a few players off. And all of a sudden, on 92 minutes, Mateta scores. I know he doesn't play for Wolves, but I imagine Mateta scoring for Palace.
That's the vibe, yeah.
It does seem like a game in which they could draw more so than the harder away games. It's odd, but I'm going to go City straight off the bat.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to lose, but I understand how you could think they could.
My head's telling me City, but I'm going to have to put some positive vibes out into the world. Is Gary O'Neill banned from this game?
So he's had 4 games since the incident, and they've decided this is the game that their manager is banned for.
Shady.
It is very shady. They will not have a manager, and they are a very coachy team, like similar to Arsenal, very hands-on. I don't know.
I think if Gary O'Neill was on the sideline, I think he'd put on some kind of tactical masterclass here and get a draw at least. But I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to say draw.
God, I hope so. I don't know if I want the draw yet, because if it does happen now, I think I'd panic. Sophie in the chat has had a good question. If you could choose 3 Newcastle players to move to Arsenal, who would they be?
Ooh.
Mine would be Bruno Gomes, Isaac, and a surprising one, Harvey Barnes.
Oh,
I really like Harvey Barnes.
Do you know who my third would be? Wait, who did you say? Bruno G. Isaac.
Yeah, and Shane in the group has also said the same too, but Joe Linton is the other one.
I'd like Joe Linton as well, but I like Shah. I think Shah's a great player.
Shah's a good player. Botman's a nice player. I don't know who else.
There's some good players, isn't there?
Yeah. Gordon is a good player. I don't think I'd want him though.
No.
Hello from Northern Ireland. Hello.
Hello.
The next game is Chelsea versus West Ham, London derby.
Ooh.
I think this will be a real fun. I think it's going to be high score and Chelsea win. That's my guess. 3-2 or something like that. Jared Bowen will get a goal.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to say West Ham. I think West Ham will get a win here. This will be a good game. I guess these are all 3 o'clockers, are they? A lot of these?
That City's the 5:30. This is the Sunday now.
Okay, so we're on the Sunday. Yeah, I think that'd be a good game if it was on TV.
I think it is. I think it is.
I mean, Brighton Villa could end up on TV, but
fairly sure the Chelsea game is.
That'd be a fun game. I think West Ham, though. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Cobra said he would do the same game with the 3 Arsenal, 3 Man United players, but none of them would even make our bench. So, if we could do the Man United one, though, I would probably go Martinez.
Okay.
Mainu.
Yeah.
Oh, I quite like Hoyland.
I like Hoyland.
So I'd probably go those 3 down the middle.
Yeah.
Those 3 down the middle.
I like those.
Alan Woods reckons Arsenal 3-0, Man City 1-1.
Oh, that's close to what I predicted.
And who do you think the next Man United manager will be? I think it might be Gary O'Neill.
I think that'd be good.
The next game is Brighton versus Villa.
That's a good game.
Brighton, I genuinely think, are under the radar when no one's talking about how bad they've been.
Yeah.
That they've had a poor season. The league doesn't necessarily make it look that bad, but they're really not good.
They've had spurts, but they're not consistent.
And while you're thinking about your answer, I'm just going to say that Layla, it said Mbappe or Haaland.
Oh,
Mbappe for me.
I used to be more of a Haaland fan before, but I think weirdly, based on what his performances have been like in the Premier League, I take Mbappe at this point.
I love Mbappe. He reminds me of Thierry.
He's Thierry 2.0.
Yeah, and Brent bringing up Ipswich. I'm looking forward to playing Ipswich next year.
That'd be fun.
That's been a long time. I remember my Merlin sticker books back in the day having an Ipswich badge, and I'm glad they'll be back. And
we'll get Ed Sheeran at the Emirates.
I'll be buying some stickers this year. So Brighton versus Villa. I'm going to say Villa win.
Yeah,
I think Brighton have been really poor. I think a draw is a good shout, but I'm going to go with that.
I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I'm gonna go Villa win as well. I think Villa are too strong at the minute. They're gonna finish strong.
So you're going Villa.
Yeah.
Sophie's asked how old we both are. I don't want to bury ourselves, but I'm 35 and 41. Anyway, yeah, we are talking about football on a Wednesday, so don't judge us. Ipswich relegated with 6 points. Liverpool, Tottenham.
Ooh.
It's at Anfield.
Okay. Liverpool worry me with their current performances.
Who?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
And they're starting to show a lot of cracks. Like there were some small cracks, they're getting bigger.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to bounce back here. I think this will be a Liverpool win.
Okay. Joe's going to Liverpool. I'm going to go draw. I think it's be one of those chaotic Sunday night games. Chloe's joined. She says Spurs rub. So Chloe's a Chelsea fan. And she's come straight in hot there.
Yeah,
Spurs rub.
hot.
We have spoken about it a lot already, and I'm just going to say as a surmise, Spurs didn't deserve to lose that game.
No.
But hey, we're happy about it. Shane reckons 2-1 Liverpool. I think, yeah, it's going to be one of those. I don't know. I
think Liverpool bounce back in this one.
Sophie doesn't believe our ages. You could tell by this eye that I'm in my mid-30s. I'll say that.
And you could tell by this hairline.
I'm covering mine. That's it. I'm hat fishing. That's all it is.
I'm pulling mine back tight to show it off more somehow.
It pulls the skin in his face, makes him look younger. The Palace versus Man United on a Monday night. If I've said this about Man United a lot, this is the game in which anyone that gets Palace on a Monday night, that's horrific.
Yeah.
You will lose that. But Man United have this odd ability to just lose at Old Trafford and then in the rain win 2-0 at Palace. I don't know why, but I really like Palace at the minute. I think they're way too good for Man United.
They're very good.
I'm going to go Palace.
Yeah, what that manager has done is amazing. I'm going to go draw, just to be slightly different and play devil's advocate.
Oh,
I think this would be a tight Monday night game.
Chloe says, I actually hate Spurs more than Arsenal. I think most Chelsea fans do. I think West Ham, Chelsea and Arsenal all hate Spurs.
I think anyone other than a Spurs fan.
No, I don't know who likes Spurs.
No one knows. I don't think Spurs fans do.
She said Chelsea beat Palace away 3-1 on a Monday night. I think we beat them 3-0 last year, which was really odd.
Yeah.
I think it started the season that way. and we very much expected to lose.
Yeah.
But I think under this new manager, Mateta in form, Elise and Eze, I think Man United are so badly coached. That's going to be a problem. I apologize.
Player of the season so far from Shane. Pick a player from one of the top 6 clubs.
If we could do one of each.
One of each would be good.
I think Ollie Watkins.
Yep.
Spurs and Doggy.
Yep.
City. Foden.
Yeah.
Arsenal, Rice.
Yep.
Liverpool. Probably McAllister.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who the 6th team is. Is it Newcastle or Man United at this point?
I think it's Man United at the minute.
I'd say Bruno Guimaraes for them, and Man United, I would say Mainu. Because
that's fair.
That was hard to figure out.
I agree.
I appreciate that. So that is the end of the podcast. This is Gunners R Us podcast, iTunes and Spotify. Make sure you give us a download, 5-star review every single week. We will bring you that Premier League action with a slight Arsenal bias, where we are positively Arsenal.
Always.
This weekend, we're going to go get up against the Cherries. Joe will be finishing the podcast shortly with...
Weirdly, it involves
his cherry. Because we have to do 2 of these a year, I'm interested by...
It's hard to
whether it's the same.
Some, I don't know. Let's go back and check out. If you want to find out, go back and listen to all the previous episodes and see if I've repeated myself, because I don't know.
Alan would said Odegaard all day, potentially for Arsenal. Yeah, Odegaard or Rice, I'd say. Brent with an interesting choice. Yeah, that's been a fun one. There's been a lot of refy type stuff this week. Hopefully that hasn't overshadowed a good season, because the season, as much as it could end with the 3 relegated teams being the 3 promoted teams and Man City winning a league again, the journey's been good. It's been very bizarre, but it could end very predictable. Could this weekend be the same? I don't know. But we'll be back next week on TikTok at 10 a.m. GMT next Wednesday. And again, with the podcast, Gunners R Us. Joe, give us an outro.
This Saturday afternoon, Mikel Arteta is going to rock up to the Vitality Stadium in Boscombe, Dorset, and he's going to pick every cherry one by one, chew them up and spit out the seeds. And with those seeds, he is going to plant some new cherry trees. Then he will cut those cherry trees down and build a ladder to the top. Come on, Arsenal!
He endorsed it.
Yes.